Yo, what's good? It's your boy Gio. I'm not going to say that.
Wow.
It didn't even sound right. It's your boy Gio.
It's your boy Gio.
It's not. It's literally just Gio.
It's just Gio.
Pretty
That's
much.
how I introduced you on the first episode.
Oh.
Just Gio.
Well, damn. Well, this is Gio. And
this is Tai.
And this is the Black Alternative. We're back.
Yes, we're back.
What is this?
This is episode 5, the episode that almost didn't happen. But
yes.
You'll find out about that in the next segment.
Right on. That. Yeah, we're like a week late.
We're like 2 weeks
We're 2 weeks late.
We haven't recorded.
Because we had to reconcile. We had to reconcile.
Yeah, like, okay. Some of the feedback that I got after we posted the first episode, which I got updates about that.
Okay.
But one of the things were Gio and I agree on everything. And literally that next week, we had a brawl.
Almost a brawl. Like I was gonna have to
was close. I
was gonna have to put Ty through a table.
You were gonna try.
You damn right I was gonna try and be successful.
I'm glad you think that. You know what? I'll let you have that.
See, we definitely disagree on that shit.
But in reality, you know what it is.
Okay, Ty.
But anyway, let's do our updates real quick before we have another brawl.
Ty, you literally weigh like 20 pounds.
That don't mean shit. All right.
You all attitude. That's all it is.
I got 120 pounds of muscle. So 20 pounds of weight and just 120 of muscle.
Whatever. Update us, Ty. What's going on?
So episode 3 dropped last week. And, by the way, you should probably put a new battery in that fire alarm.
Oh,
You didn't hear that chirp?
I did.
Okay. So episode 3, the one about toxic family members, dropped last week. And I would have to say that one of my grandmothers is quite upset about it.
Oh, wow. What the fuck?
I'm not going to say which one.
Was it the one? Or was it another one?
It was one of them.
Okay. We'll talk later.
And she really felt hurt and disrespected. And I get it. Nobody wants to hear about, like, their business being broadcast to... I was going to say millions, but...
30s.
Right, but I get that she was upset about that, but I feel like she would have to understand that it's my perspective. And I thought what she did was shitty. And so I shared it. And, like, if she felt like I did something shitty, like, if she really had a problem with it and we had that type of relationship, I feel like she could have just called me about it.
That's true.
But she only called my mom about it. So clearly, you're showing that we don't have a real, like, grandmother-granddaughter relationship. You don't feel strongly enough in our relationship to come and talk to me about it.
Well, okay, I'll say this to that. Because in my family, what I find is that nobody ever calls me directly with shit. Mm-hmm. It's like, I love, like, all of my family members, we are extremely close. But when it's like some bullshit or some shit that they don't want to talk about, they either call my mom or they call my brother about me. And I'm like, man, I'm 27 years old. Right. You couldn't fucking call me? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you call my mom? You feel me? I don't understand that. And I figured out what it was. What it is that they truly believe it's not that they don't have the relationship with me, it's that they just don't believe they can talk to me about certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to
you won't hear them?
I don't think it's that I won't hear them. It's more I'm more comfortable talking to your mom than I am talking to you.
Oh, okay. Because she'll be less likely to give a rebuttal?
Not even that. It's more they've been dealing with her for like a lot longer.
So they know her better.
Right. And I figured, and I wouldn't say they know her better. They do know her better because they've known each other longer. But when I think about it, if my brother had a kid, he does have a kid. So if Quinn, my brother's daughter, once she gets older and she's grown, say she's 18, 19, 20 years old or what have you, and she's into some shit or whatever with me, and like, all right, I'm going to probably call my brother. You know what I'm saying? You need to talk to your daughter because I know my brother. I can talk to him. I'm like, all right, nigga, this, that, and the third, I'm going to beat her ass.
See, but with Tristan and Tyson, I feel like if me and them had like any type of altercation, I would try to talk to them about it first. If I feel like it's still going awry or whatever, I would go and talk to my sister.
But I think we'll probably have different relationships with our nieces and nephews and kids.
Right.
That might be different than your parents.
If it was like, I feel like if it was one of my other cousins, she would have called and tried to talk to them and then talk to their mom or somebody else that know them. But she won't do that with me. Mm-hmm. I don't know if she'll do that with my sister. I'm like 100% sure she wouldn't do that with my brother either.
Well, when my family had beef with my brother, they call him. Unless it's like some real ignorant shit that he done did, and they'll call my mama.
Like, I'm open to having the conversation. If they had a relationship with me, they would know that. And they would just call me. Because, like, I'm not going to attack her. Like, of course, you feel the way that you feel. And I will respect your feelings and honor that part. But I also feel the way that I feel. Mm-hmm. So I would just, like, I would be able to have the conversation. I will say that I was wrong and, like, I should have talked to her about it before, like, putting it on air or whatever. But at the same time, like, how likely was she to answer my calls or respond to anything that I said? Well,
shit, if she don't respond to your calls, then all bets are off.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's above me now. There's nothing else I can do. It's just...
Hey, it is what it is. There
exactly.
It is. Okay, we do agree on that. There we go. Fuck y'all.
And then, I can't say fuck my grandmother, though.
Oh, no, I'm talking about people that say we agree all the time.
Oh yeah, we don't. Nah. But, we don't want any more feedback. I need to say that. And I need you... Like,
I disagree with that, but go ahead.
Hold on. I feel like we got too much constructive criticism, quote unquote.
It's the first 3 episodes.
For the very first episode, though. People stopped saying shit after the first episode.
Okay.
Because when I posted the second episode, I was like, nah, I don't want no more of that shit.
Oh, shit.
Only because, okay.
Y'all can talk to me, though. I don't give a fuck.
This is a new show.
Uh-oh.
And of course, there will be some kinks. Me and Gio have to work it out. We listen to each episode. We figure out, like, oh, what works, what doesn't work. We know what sounds good, what doesn't sound good. We know where we should record and where we shouldn't record. We're getting in the hang of things. This is our first podcast together. Mm-hmm. Because, you used to work at the radio station. So it's not your first go around with these things. But
it is my first, like, thing that I'm doing for myself.
Right. So, of course... I don't know. You have to put shit out there first and then, like, kind of, like, mold it into what you want it to be.
You do.
So we don't need all that extra shit right now.
What I'll say about this from my experience working in radio and, programming, when you're writing for somebody else or you're writing a show, mm-hmm. It's easy to do because it's already constructed. You don't have to do anything. It's not real. I would say people's opinions are real, but I created, like, the structure for it. This is free-flowing, it's real, it's us in a podcast.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there are going to be kinks that have to be worked out. I feel you.
Clearly, our relationship is imperfect. So,
Oh, yeah.
Of course, the podcast isn't going to be perfect.
And it's not supposed to be.
Exactly.
It's supposed to be us.
And it is us.
There it is.
And we living and learning.
Right on. So go ahead, Ty. You got it.
So that was the last update. Gio, how was your week?
My week,
or your last 2 weeks?
My last 2 weeks have been solid. I went to the county fair.
Oh yeah, I was there.
No, I ran into Ty for like a brief moment.
You were supposed to meet me there.
I'm engaged. And my fiance,
I use that as an excuse.
It's not a fucking excuse. Like, people got to understand, like, when you get engaged and you got to literally depend on and deal with somebody else on a fucking daily basis.
Depend on?
Like, yes, you have to depend on that person to do certain things. You do. Like, it's a partnership. And when one person is skipping out on their part of the
Isn't a relationship a partnership, though?
It is. It definitely is. However, it went okay. The issue with the county fair and me not meeting up with Ty, I was supposed to meet Ty at 5:00.
Right.
Exactly. So my fiance does hair on the side. She had an appointment at 1 o'clock.
Let me see what time you called me that day.
And she had an appointment at 2:30. The 2:30 appointment was a I don't want to call them dreadlocks, but it was a lock appointment where one of her coworkers had to get her hair retwisted and cut. Do you know how long that takes to do? The woman showed up at 3:30.
So, can I ask a question real quick?
Go for it.
So, the first time you called me, the day we were supposed to meet up at the fair, it was 5:16, and we were supposed to meet at the fair at 5. If you already knew you didn't leave out in enough time to make it there at 5, why didn't you just contact me then?
Ty, I talked to you earlier in the day before 5. I text you, so stop looking in your call
log. All right,
log.
go ahead. Let's look at that too then.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's look at that too. Oh, you can still talk.
Oh yeah, I will. I'm looking at mine too, just to make sure.
Oh, okay. I had texted you and said, you know what? I'm not sure if I feel
Yeah, that's right. You didn't feel like going to the fair.
Right. And then you text me back like an hour later, and you was like, what's the issue? And then I text you back like 30 minutes after that. This was all at 2:35.
The point is.
And I said, never mind, I'll still go.
Right on.
You said, cool, at 3:54. By 4:30, if you know you didn't leave out to go to the fair at 5, you could have just been like, hey, I'm running a little late.
Look.
Like, see, that's been my issue with people in the past couple of days. Like, just let me know ahead of time so I'm not wasting my time.
Because I did not know. Okay, the woman
You didn't know?
Okay,
that you was about to leave?
I had a meeting at 4.
Okay.
I mean, I had a meeting from 2:30 to 4.
Okay.
Down to the steel yard. I had a friend. You met my friend Siren.
Yes.
We were supposed to be there. We get there to the house. Danielle was supposed to be ready already, so we can move out and get to the fair.
That's not my question though.
Hold on. Let me finish the point. The point is that I could have left I was ready to go. I was dressed. I had my friend, had the car gassed up and ready to get on the road. My fiance was not. Now, if this was single Gio and this was like some chick I was messing with, I'm like, oh, fuck it. You fucked up. I gotta go. I would have been gone. But you can't do that when you got a ring on somebody else's finger.
My question to you is when you showed up at the house and saw that Danielle wasn't ready, because that's not my issue. When you showed up and saw that she wasn't ready,
why didn't I text you?
Why didn't you just say, hey, we're going to be running a little late? You didn't even have to give me an explanation. You could have just said, hey, we're going to be running late. We're not going to be there by 5.
I got it for you. You want to know what I was doing for until I called you?
Yes, I would like to hear this excuse.
It wasn't an excuse. I was yelling at Danielle for not being ready.
But why would you yell at her?
What you mean?
What's the point in yelling at her? If she's not ready, she's not ready. And
it doesn't matter. I told her ass 2 days before what to be doing, and she didn't do it. We're going to have to turn that volume down when I edit the episode. Because, it's great. You don't understand. You do not understand nigga.
You got to choose your battles, though, Gio.
I'm tired of that shit.
Oh, my God.
Picking my battles, bro.
Damn, I said something about compromising, 2 episodes ago.
This segment is going too far. What are we gonna talk about?
How long is it?
It's been 13 minutes.
This segment is how long?
The first segment is 10 minutes.
Oh, I thought it was 15. My bad. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Gio and I's relationship. Watch us turn up about that. This segment is 15 minutes long.
I thought the first one was 10.
It says 15, 15, 10, 10.
Okay. All right, my bad. I could have swore the first opening segment was 10 minutes. But what we're going to do is it's already 14, so we're going to take a break.
Yes, that's fine.
And we're going to come back. All right.
And try not to turn up in the next segment.
I'm not. I'm cool. I'm centered. This is the Black Alternative. We'll be right back.
The so-called best, we call them out. Black Knights go hard, don't stall them out. Make cowards close their mouth until we gone. Talking like they had a can of man, knock them down like a batarang for thinking that they bad to the bone. Because losing ain't an option and failure is unacceptable. Treat hip-hop just like the block, boy. We reputables. No, nah. don't talking pig Latin, I don't talking tongues. I ain't confessing to no priest, I ain't talking to the one. So why you trying to play me close like you trying to find my weak spot? Guard my community, yeah, running progress, but we got our ups and downs. One pen, one page, what do I write down? I will variously embarrass you. In the front, all of them fans you thought they cherished you. My terrorist crew is the Black Knight. Crisis and rugged monk, rest in peace, die doom. To whom it may concern, double cross the rugged, you will get return. Signs to deliver, stand on me. The so-called best, we call them out. Black Knights go hard, don't stall them out. Make cowards close their mouth until we gone. Talking like they had a can of man, knock them down like a batarang for thinking that they bad to the bone. Because losing ain't an option and failure is unacceptable. Treat hip-hop just like the block, boy. We reputables.
At wit's end, you stared into my eyes with all my problems gone. I wanna say that all I negate is fine. The sound rebounds and resets tissue. I'll be the same. You step into my life and what the people say, and their confusion always full of pride. My song is gone now, people.
MCs I'm known to chastise, mesmerize, crucify. Black Knights known for tripping like running with your shoes untied. They can't deny what we provide. Turn ciphers to Vietnam. Niggas better keep it calm. Bitches say that we the bomb. The West say that we the ones to take it to that next shit. Our presence leave them breathless once they witness perfection. Get muted by the undisputed. Hog-tied then executed. Sharpshooter next to do it. Flow fluid, bless the music. Niggas best respect the movement. Pay homage, don't make me lose it. You behind us, don't confuse it. Keep it honest, niggas losers. And we winners, causing tremors, bringing forth a new beginning. Keep it real while you pretending. Leave your team out of commission. For wishing you was what you not. Fronting like you calling shots. Soon as my words come out, they transform like Autobots. They don't want a shadow box. Pressure like a ton drops. Move crowds like gunshots. Murk you off the bottle pop. The so-called best, we call them out. Black Knights go hard, don't stall them out. Make cowards close their mouth until we gone. Talking like they had a can of man, knock them down like a batarang for thinking that they bad to the bone. Because losing ain't an option and failure is unacceptable. Treat hip-hop just like the block, boy. We reputables.
Hey y'all, this is the Black Alternative. I'm Tai.
I'm Gio.
And today's topic is we're gonna talk about me and Gio's friendship. Yay!
Oh yeah, that's a topic.
Okay, so right here I got it under the fight.
Okay.
So 2 weeks ago, we had an altercation.
Mm.
And we already talked about it, so it's okay for us to talk about now. No need to feel, attacked.
I'm not.
Or you don't have to explain yourself either. Or you could explain it to the people. But
yeah, okay. I mean, I'm with it.
Do you want to tell your side first?
No, you go for it.
Okay. So before this, I had already felt like Gio was bullshitting about the podcast and stuff. And like anytime I would ask him to do something, I felt like he always had an explanation, aka excuse. Because I call it an excuse when you say something, well, when you give an explanation and the shit still don't get done. So that shit was like slowly like creeping up on me in an irritating manner. Mm-hmm. And then when we came here to record, like I was cool, I was sitting down or whatever. And like literally when I was outside telling you about the time, I was just fucking with you. That's what I always do. Mm-hmm. But then when we came in and sat down, I felt like you were being different in front of your cousin.
Okay.
That was just how I felt.
Hold on, real quick. So we changed our recording venue. We're actually recording in my aunt's house. Yes. And so my cousin happened to be around. Now,
this is the first time I met this cousin.
Okay, go ahead.
And I just felt like you were trying to like do that thing that people do when they try to like assert their dominance or like paint this facade of like, oh, it's this way when you in front of new people. Uh-huh. I'm not saying that's what you were doing. I'm saying that's what
you're telling your side of the story.
That's what I felt like you were doing. And me being on my I'm not tolerating no bullshit trip, I was getting upset. And so I was like, my nigga, I don't know who the fuck you think you are. I don't know who the fuck you think you talking to. But we about to cut this shit out right here, right now. Mm-hmm. So we was just having our little back and forth the whole time. We tried to start recording.
We did.
And we were still having our little back and forth. And then you stopped it.
Right.
And then you were like, oh, fuck this. I'm tired. I ain't got time for this. I'm going home. And then I was like, that's fine with me. Mm-hmm. So I took my shit and I left.
Correcto mundo.
We just talking about the fight right now. We ain't talking about the resolution. So you go ahead and tell your side.
So, all right. What happened was, on my end of things, was that I had just gotten off work. I came over to my auntie's house, completely ready to record. And, like, I sat down and we started talking about movies or whatever. And I said, I don't watch new movies. And Tai says, well, that's real boring. You're not progressing or some other shit like that. And I'm like, okay, just because you watch movies and all this stuff, you waste your time watching all these new things. That's your problem. But then I said, she's like, but Ty was like, oh, but you'll watch Hobbs and Shaw. I was like, yeah, because I watch big releases. She was like, how niggerish of you, pretty much. And so I was like,
okay, don't act like I don't fuck with you like that on a regular basis.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
I wasn't mad about that. So I gave it back to you. But I also, my cousin, he was sitting over on the other side. He was agreeing with me. So I was like, yeah, you know what I mean? Shit. I do what I do. I watch major releases. Other than that, I don't watch. He's like, yeah, I get you, cuz. I'm like, pretty much, I'm feeding off of what he got going on in the argument because I got a supporter. All of a sudden, Ty hits me with like, my nigga, you need to chill out on that bullshit
I said
or
that
whatever.
Shit all the time now.
And I'm
my
saying,
nigga, come on now.
But like you said it with like some vitriol behind it, like like I was a cellmate or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I was a nigga off the street that you did not know, or some nigga tried to ask you for your number. Like, okay, it seemed like you was dogging me. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, all right, fine.
So you felt attacked?
I did.
Okay.
So what I did was like, all right, fine, whatever. Let's just get this shit recorded. So we start recording.
Did you say that or was I saying that?
No, Ty kept on saying like, let's get it recorded. I'm trying to say that pretty much like, let's get it done. But like Ty hit me with, all right, my nigga, you need to chill out. Just hit record. And I'm like, at that point now, here's the thing about me. I don't normally get like angry and I don't get upset. I get annoyed. But Ty got me at this particular point when she was telling me what to do. And what I said to her was like, first of all, nobody tells me what to do unless your name is Candace or Danielle.
Hold on.
You do not tell me what to do, so I'll record.
Let me tell you what my exact words were real quick.
Go ahead.
I said, my nigga, you can either hit record and we do this show, or I can just take my shit and go home. I gave you options. I wasn't telling you what to do.
Exactly. She gave me options. And the thing about it was, usually I'm like, haha, whatever, Ty, let's do this. But in this particular moment, I had already dealt with enough people at Cleveland Public Library for the entire day, from 10 o'clock until 6, people telling me what in the fuck, like, not even greeting me.
That shit that lady did to you the other day, though, I always hated that shit.
What?
You'd be like, excuse me, come here.
Yeah, people doing that to me all day. And then
like,
when I get over to their fucking computer, they're saying, "Can you help me print?" And I'm like, "There's a big fucking bold blue button that says print."
It be whole ass labels by the computer desk telling them how to print, but these niggas don't read.
There's literally 7. But anyway,
yeah, we digress.
From 10 to 6, I've been dealing with that or whatever, right? So I get over here, and now Ty is pretty much doing the same thing to me, but like, I don't have to take it at this point. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna record the show. So I record the show. I start recording, but like Ty is like, we actually had a really good conversation about mass shootings.
We were talking because I was talking about how I was worried about my father, because he's been at the Garlic Festival. Yes.
And so I was like, this is good, but like all of a sudden it just seemed like we started talking about how like the episode almost didn't happen. Next thing I know, I think, like, I don't remember what happened in the meantime there, but I was just like, you know what? I don't want to do this shit no more. This shit is dead.
You have brought up the argument before. I was just going to let it go and not talk about it. But you wanted to talk about it right then.
Because I was on at that point.
Like the shit wasn't still fresh, though.
I was on,
and I was like, no, my nigga, I am not about to sit here and listen to this shit.
Okay, y'all have caught, like, y'all have heard in the last 3 episodes, like, how our vibes are. Ty is the more
amplified and passionate.
Like, yeah, she's a fiery one, and I'm like Sub-Zero. You know, I come in with mine.
Lay it back.
And if I feel...
I got my opinions. Yeah. I'm going to just say it real soft, like.
But the thing about it is, me and Ty are real similar, and we could turn up on you really easy.
We could literally switch roles, and it'll be the opposite way.
And that's what happened 2 weeks ago, because I was just like, she was ready to leave it, and I was still on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, you know what? You called the thunder down, nigga. Now you got it. So what's up?
It was like, oh, okay. And so let's, you know what? Are you finished with your...
I'm done. I'm done.
So let's start to get into the resolution of it. Later that same day, you sent me a text message. I was already calling my mom, going off, because I was fucking mad. And then I read your message, and I was like, the audacity of this nigga. I felt like I even got it. Because this is something that everyone does at some point in their life.
Oh, well, I know the message. I know it word for word. What I said was, look.
Oh, no. I'm going to talk about what you did in the message.
Oh, go ahead then. You got it, because I know what I said.
Projecting. Psychological projecting. Definition of that is projecting undesirable feelings or emotions onto someone else, rather than admitting to or dealing with the unwanted feelings. In your message, go ahead and tell me what you said.
So what I said to Ty, and I'm paraphrasing at this particular point because I don't have it directly in front of me. What I said to her is that I am not going to be your punching bag. You've been mean to me a lot lately. Starting back to when we even started the podcast, we had to restart it. That wasn't in the message, but you've been mean, for context. You've been being mean lately, and I'm not going to be a punching bag. So, if you ever want to talk, I said I will listen, but if you ever want to talk, just let me know. That was what I said.
Gio, and I quote, I don't know what's been up with you lately, but you've been pretty mean. And as great a friend you are, I will not be your punching bag. But what I will do is listen. If you want to talk, I'm always here.
Right.
You projected onto me your feelings, like you felt as if I was being mean. Yes. So one way you could have said it was, I feel like you have been mean lately. Not just telling me, oh, you this, you that, you do this, you do that, you. Because it really sounds like you're just like attacking me with your words, and you're just like placing blame on me. And basically, you put the whole situation on me. That's what it felt like in that message.
So,
and that's why I was like, oh, the audacity of this nigga.
I'm going to tell you like this. The reason why, and I phrased that because this message was way longer than what you got. But what I will say to you is I cut it down because I was still mad. You
didn't have to send it.
Hold on. I did have to send it because, one, I value you as my best friend. I really do.
Same.
And the thing about it is I'm not going to like lose you or anything else over some petty bullshit.
I was going to get it around to you.
So what I'll say about it is, and I know me, is that I don't leave stuff on the table like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that was the cool down period for me.
Yes, but also for me, like my persona is that if there is beef, I grill it and I serve it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna just leave it sitting there raw. That's just not how I'm gonna do.
I thought
because it's wasteful.
I don't eat beef anyway, so why do I have it?
Shut up, okay? Look, the point is that the reason why I sent the message the way that I did that way was because, one, I was pissed, and I didn't want to send anything through a text message that could be misconstrued any type of way.
Text message.
That's why I said I'll talk. I said I will talk, but I did let you know how I felt. And I said,
but you didn't say I feel like. You just been saying, you were just like, you did this, you that, this, that.
Well, you were, and I figured
to you though.
To me,
it's you could have said from my perspective, or I feel like, instead of just projecting your viewpoints on me. Because I didn't feel like I was being mean.
But you had.
I felt like I have been intolerable of people's bullshit lately, and I wasn't having it.
And we need to talk about that too, because, one, it was my perspective. I wasn't worried about how you felt at that particular point.
Clearly.
Yes, that's the reason why I said it that way.
Which is why I responded in the way that I did.
And I'm glad you did. Respond however you want to. But this is how I chose, like, hey, nigga, I felt like this, that, and the third. We could talk. That's it. Also, about bullshit, Tai and I have two different viewpoints of what bullshit actually is.
I feel like bullshit is universal. Anybody can bullshit, and everybody has their own way of bullshitting. If I know you well, I know how you bullshit. If I don't know you that well, and I feel like you bullshitting, that's your bullshit.
Mm-hmm. I think, for me, bullshit is just a straight up lie. That's it. You bullshitting. You're not doing what you say you're doing. You're bullshitting. That's it.
Did you feel like you were bullshitting though?
Like what?
With the podcast stuff and the stuff that I was asking you about?
Let's get to the reconciliation period, because when we sat down and we talked, and Tai told me her end, and then she said, "Dude, I think that I was bullshitting with the podcast," because what she said was that it doesn't seem like I'm giving everything to it. Or whatever.
I was saying I didn't feel like you were giving equal amounts of energy as I was.
Right.
Not that I expect you to, but I expect you to be close to my level of energy that I'm giving this podcast.
And what I explained to Tai is that your level of energy is probably the same as my level of energy. However, you have to understand my motives behind the podcast.
And I got that.
Right.
But you also said that you would help promote more.
I would,
I said
and I did.
A balance of that.
I did.
You did.
So in the reconciliation of it all, it was like, all right, we found like, okay, I could do this more.
We found common ground.
We did. It was like, I could do this more. I can promote more. I can
tone down the attitude more.
I mean,
and I did say that if I ever feel like you're bullshitting, I will address it. Like, I will try to have a conversation with you about it sooner than letting it build up and then just coming all out at once.
Right.
And me just, like, reacting.
Like, let me know what you got going on in your brain, so I can, like, correct myself or modify, because, I mean, shit, if I don't know what's going on, I can't change anything.
That's true.
So.
And I don't always have to have my condescending tones and stuff, and I'm working on it. I'm not perfect. I mean, I'm getting there.
With that being said, about that particular point, I don't mind that. You do what you want. You caught me though at the end of a work day, when usually it's like my calm down time, and then like as you said, like you bullshit with me about the time and all the rest of that stuff like we were talking about before, or about movies, like you really just like, you don't dog me, but you more like, you know, you talk shit.
It's the dogging undertones,
right? You know,
you
talk shit, and that's fine. I don't mind it. I'm for it.
That's
you know
what we do.
But like, you literally caught me at the very end of the day when I work for the Cleveland Public Library as a computer aide.
And I feel like you caught me at my wits' ends. Like, I'm done.
So,
and then like I kind of also felt like you expected me to be civilized in front of someone I didn't know that well. And I was like, oh no, fuck it, I'm trying
hold on. And before, one last thing before we go to break. You said that I was changing in front of somebody. Nigga, that's my cousin. Like,
no, hold on.
What?
Since your cousin didn't know me and he doesn't know the nature of not the nature of our relationship, but how our relationship works, you could have like made it seem like, oh yeah, I'm that nigga in this friendship.
Okay.
And that's what it felt like you were trying to assert your dominance.
Okay. In our relationship, as long as it has been, have I ever done that to you? Have I ever?
No, because the only other people I met was like your mom and brother. And
my brother, if my brother is my brother, and have I done that to you?
Yeah, ain't nobody trying to be special in front of that nigga.
My cousin is the exact same way. When I come in front of your family, when I'm in front of Terena, am I any different?
No, because you ain't got much to talk about.
That's my point.
And Terena know me.
That's
so
good.
I feel like you would know better not to do that in front of her.
But still, recognize though, like I do not change in front of anybody, even at work. I don't. That's not my thing.
I see it now. Okay, it's just how I felt in the moment. Well, I felt attacked, and I was like, "Oh no, nigga, we ain't doing that."
Well, know your friends and know who I am. I don't do that. I am the same Gio everywhere I go.
Oh my God. Okay. Before the segment ends, though, I just want to say real quick that everyone projects in relationships, especially in arguments and stuff, and you should very much take ownership of your feelings and how you feel about another person instead of telling them what they are or what they do and stuff like that.
I got you. Okay.
Well, that wasn't necessarily directed to you. That was just like,
but I understand
general advice for everybody.
You.
Yeah.
I agree.
And I will post some links in the bio of this episode if people want to read more about it.
They're not, but that's okay.
I know. Niggas don't read, but, you know, I still try. I still try to put it out there.
So, anyway, we'll be back in a few minutes with nigga shit.
Nigga shit. Nigga shit.
Oh,
nigga
stop.
Shit,
oh, my God.
Nigga shit.
Bruh. We'll be right back. I got a lot to say about that shit. But anyway, we'll be back with the Black Alternative. What's good with everybody? This is Gio from the Black Alternative, and one of the things we need for our show is music. We need independent music. Anybody, if you got music, if you got poems, if you got anything, we want to include it in the show so everybody can get some type of exposure. And also, we need something to break the show up with. So if you got anything, send it to my email. What is the Black Alternative email?
blkalternative@gmail.com. You could DM us at blkalternative. That's ALTERNATIVE.
Go ahead with your spelling stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah, send it there. We need your music, all right? Thank you. All right, so we back with the Black Alternative. And
nigga shit.
It's nigga shit time. Now, if you heard, that last segment went along like way too long.
Yeah, it was
anticipated. But
so it was a very passionate segment.
We're gonna keep this one a little bit shorter.
A lot of bit shorter.
So you want to go first?
Yeah. My nigga shit for this week is fuck the police. Like, a mass majority of you niggas. Fuck y'all. And fuck any nigga that tries to waste my time. That's some nigga shit.
Any examples? Any examples of both of those?
I got profiled in front of my house the other day.
And where do you live, Ty?
I live in the hood.
How in the fuck do you get profiled in the hood?
That's what
you
the
must
fuck
be
I'm
super
saying.
black. You are super
That's
black.
what the fuck I'm saying. And like, you see me in my fucking dashiki sometimes. Y'all niggas see me in my head wrap most of the time. Do I look like a nigga that needs to be profiled? Like, if the police want to follow me and shit, that makes sense. But I digress. Yes, I got profiled in front of my house in the hood where they shoot all the fucking time. And they were shooting the day before. And they were shooting that same night.
Probably thought you had
after I got
in
profiled. But my nigga, like, you know what? I'm not even going.
Okay,
I'm not
so
gonna get into
that's gonna be like that's gonna be a
whole ass show.
That's gonna be a topic for another show.
So I'm saving it. And these
police.
niggas that's wasting my time. This dude asked me on a date.
Oh shit.
Last Friday, I went. We had fun, and then he asked me on another date for that following Sunday.
Look at you, Ty, getting out there dating.
Niggas love me. Okay, I said this before.
That's your problem. Niggas love you.
Oh, you know what? You right. Damn.
Oh,
niggas then.
Ain't that a bitch?
I ain't dating niggas no more. Then fuck it.
Yes, she is.
You right. But anyway, but he was like bullshitting that Sunday, and I knew he was gonna cancel. But I kept like giving him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm like, okay, this nigga ain't saying he want to cancel yet. And then he just tried to bullshit me.
Well, I mean, so are you gonna give the nigga another chance to take you out?
You know what's funny? Let me read this message real quick.
Oh my god!
Hold on, like, it's just the last message.
Ty.
Let me go to it. I'm not even saying his name or nothing. He said, "All I'm saying is, if you decide to give me another opportunity, I'll plan it better and have backups in case that falls through. Please." And you see the little, hold on, I gotta show you. Little puppy dog eyes and the prayer hands.
Prayer? Wait. This nigga sent you some.
Then I said,
let's move on.
After you just tried to guilt trip me for not being more understanding of your bullshit.
Ty is like,
I'm honest.
No, I mean, hey, look.
I'm honest.
That's some. Hey, look. Hey, you want to send me like? I know you sent this nigga a book. As far as like,
not a whole book. It was like short stuff.
A long or short. You sent them a lot, didn't you?
I didn't.
I don't
feel like I did.
Did you send him enough? How many text messages you sent?
I sent him enough so he knew what the fuck I was saying, and he heard my rebuttal properly, and he knew that he was wrong and that he was indeed bullshitting me. Own up to your bullshit. That's all you gotta do.
Man, if I was a real nigga, if you would send me that shit, I'd been like, man, okay.
You ain't gotta respond, but exactly. You saw what the fuck I said.
You heard what I said.
Your weak ass.
You heard what I said. What I talked to my pastor. Yes, I have a religion. I know it don't sound like it sometimes in this podcast, but he told me like how to deal with women. He was like, absence and silence. That's how you deal with them.
And I just wouldn't have talked to that nigga.
You would have ghosted him?
Yes.
He would have ghosted Joe.
But I was trying to be respectful. And tell him why I was no longer trying to go out with him.
Ty, have you ever been dumped? Ooh, that silence was long. I could see it on the sound waves.
I haven't been dumped though.
Have you ever been friend zoned?
Literally one time.
Literally one
time.
time.
And it wasn't even a real friend zone.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I forgot. Okay.
I was gonna bring that up in another.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Show.
Well, the reason I'm asking you that is that you got friend zoned. You were pissed that you got friend zoned and that you weren't the one doling out the friend zone.
I was pissed that he friend zoned me and I wasn't actively trying to date him.
Right, because
it was like I got friend zoned for no reason and I wasn't trying to be more than that.
But you friend zoned him before like he actually friend. Let's move on.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and what's your nigga shit?
Okay, so
quick shit. Nigga
all right,
shit.
So in the beginning of this segment, you heard like this like sounds of like these people saying nigga shit.
Oh, so you are gonna put it on here?
Yeah.
Cool.
So
okay.
like y'all heard that, but in the video where that came from, there are white people.
It was from the movie Sorry to Bother You. It was a great movie with Lakeith Stanfield. I fucking love that man. That man is beautiful. That man is amazing. That man, he is everything. I would marry him if he wasn't already married and had a kid. Go ahead.
Wait, is he better than Frank Ocean?
He's not gay, and I would have a better chance with him. So in that sense, yes. But
the nigga name is Lakeith.
Okay.
Whatever. Let's move on. Anyway, he's not. He's been fucked up.
We're gonna watch Atlanta together. We're gonna watch it together.
Okay, I'll watch it because I have never seen
the beauty of this man.
Okay, well, my point is that in that clip, there was so many white people saying the word nigga.
It was a crowd of white people saying nigga.
Tai. When Tai brought this to me to put into the show, I was like, I was pissed. Because, like, listen. I say the word nigga gratuitously.
Same.
I say it a lot because I like the word. It's the only word that other people are not supposed to say that black people own. There was once a derogatory, it still is in certain respects, but we have claimed the shit.
If you live in America, though, you know that black people don't own shit.
But we own that.
Not a damn thing.
Exactly. Man, I should trademark the word nigga.
Go ahead and try.
Well, the point is that it annoyed the fuck out of me. And I'm going to keep this short and sweet. White people, if you ever around me, you can't say the shit. If you acting, you can't say the shit. If you in a restaurant and you trying to be cool, you can't say the shit. If it's in a song, you can't say the shit. Nigga, you better change it from N to a W and say wiggle. You need to change it. I'm not doing it. I'm not dealing with no white person saying the word nigga around me. I will smack the shit out you. And I am inciting violence.
The dude I talked to...
I'm going to edit that out. I'll probably not.
Wow. Just like your not call to violence or call to action or whatever when you said that black people gonna stop robbing each other and start robbing white people.
But it makes sense though. I've been saying that for years.
I was gonna quote that and put it on Instagram.
Don't do that. I work with white people. I don't want. Look. White people. Okay, if y'all listen to this, I don't hate you. I never. As a matter of fact, I love white people. I am a quarter white my damn self. Yeah. Okay, my grandfather is lily white. Shut up, Ty. Look, the point is, oh my God, did I just say I got white friends?
Yes, you did.
Oh, whatever. Look, I have white family.
I have white friends.
So, and I do have white friends, but they also understand that there's just certain shit that you just can't do. Just like there's certain shit I can't do to them. But you know what I'm saying? Respect me.
I don't know how much time we got.
We got like 30 seconds.
Okay, me and Michael were talking about it, and I was asking Michael if he dated a white woman, would he be okay with her calling him a nigga? Ooh. Or saying nigga to him? And he said, probably, but only in private. She can't say it in front of people.
Yo, I seen this news story years ago. This porn star sued another porn star because she called him a nigga while they was doing it. On that note, we gonna go to break and we gonna come back with the mental health check for the week, y'all. Black Alternative.
Nigga shit, nigga shit, nigga shit, nigga shit. Nigga shit, nigga shit, nigga shit, nigga shit, nigga shit. Nigga shit, nigga shit, nigga shit, nigga shit, nigga shit, nigga shit. Nigga shit, nigga shit, nigga shit, nigga shit, nigga shit, nigga shit.
If you have any questions about life or the show, please feel free to DM us at BLK Alternative on IG or email us at blkalternative@gmail.com. Also, feel free to send us any comments, concerns, frustrations, or constructive criticisms, but only if it's constructive, because if not, I will happily and openly dog you in front of everybody that I know and everyone that listens to the show. I ain't gonna say your full name, but I'm gonna make it pretty close. So, constructive. Thank you. Hey everybody, this is the Black Alternative.
I'm Gio.
Do we introduce ourselves every segment?
I don't know.
I feel like...
But fuck it, we did it.
Okay, let's not do that next show then. Okay, I'm tired. Yeah, that's Gio.
Damn, there you go again. Like, nigga, we know.
No, you just did it. Okay.
All right.
So, we are doing our mental health check, and I do have a question from someone who I don't know is a listener, but people ask me for advice all the time, not show related.
Okay, well, go ahead.
I was going to bring up the question. How do you know when it's time to let go of a relationship?
Oh, that's tough. I don't know if I can answer that because I you know what? I've only been in one, and I'm getting married in January.
But I've only been in one, and I knew when it was time.
But is it like a romantic relationship, or is it like
a romantic relationship?
Oh, okay. I mean, okay. I can answer. I can say one thing. Okay, like so when I got in a relationship, I still had like some hangers-ons from like before.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, all right. I guess they thought that things would still be the same way
after you getting into a relationship.
Yes, or whatever, right? They were like, okay,
that's shitty.
Well, the thing, I didn't think it could definitely be the same way, but I thought that it could be like, all right, we can still be cool, you know?
Yeah.
And so the problem was that certain people weren't respecting it,
mm-hmm.
you know? And so then I was like, you know, as good a friend as you've been to me in the past, you know, you're not being a good friend to me now.
Right.
And it took them actually blatantly disrespecting my relationship for me to be like, all right, you know what? I got to take a step back because it was just like in my face. I have to take a step back here.
Okay.
And that's what I did. The relationship was over.
So you waited for it to get to that point, though?
I didn't wait for it to get to the point. It was just like me being me. I can be oblivious to certain shit.
That makes sense.
And it was just like, all right. When Danielle pointed out to me, she was like, yo, that's not cool. Like one of the friends was like, hey, why don't you come down and come hang with me? And she's in college. So come down and hang with me for a weekend or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, I'll talk to Danielle about that and see what she thinks.
What? I would have been like, no.
And I did. I talked to Danielle. And she was like, what? And I was like, she was like, you answer that. Danielle told me this, and I quote, you answer that question and then you get back to me. And so I was like, and then I asked myself the question again. I'm like, oh my God, I can't do that shit. That's not right.
Fuck?
You know, so,
God.
Once I realized that, I'm like, yeah, nah, that's not going to work. It's not going to work out. So that's how I figured out when it was.
All right. For me, it was when I was done like tolerating his bullshit and I saw that nothing was going to change. And I could either like continue to make myself crazy and depressed and just irritated, and like I could continue not liking the person that I am and just deal with him for the sake of being with him, or I could have just let the shit go altogether.
Mm.
So like I had to make that decision to like choose myself over the person who I thought was the love of my life.
And so did you think you made the right decision?
I know I made the right decision, but we're going to talk more about that
like
in a different show.
Episode 7?
Episode 6.
Episode 6, okay.
Damn.
Past relationships, look out for it, y'all.
All right, but let's do the mental health check. Do you have yours for the week?
I do. So mine was literally, all right, so don't laugh at me, but like I was on YouTube and I had found like, I didn't actively look for this shit. Okay, and I'm not gonna give this nigga a shout out either. But I was like, you know how you can scroll through and they have like recommended shit for you?
Mm-hmm.
And so I saw this one thing, it was like this bald-headed, bearded dude who he has alpha male strategies. That's what he calls himself.
Oh, God.
So I said I wasn't going to give him a shout out, but inadvertently I did. But hey, it's only like 30 people listening to the show.
I feel like...
Look. He has a lot of abhorrent things to say. A lot of shit, like, he's like, man, he said, one thing he called all women sluts. And I was like, damn. He said, my own mom's a slut. And I was like, man, you never talk about my mama, nigga. So, like,
oh my God.
Anyway, the point is.
So he calling Quinn a slut.
He did. I was pissed. But one thing he did say was that the one thing, and he's a dating coach too, by the way. I don't need a dating coach. But one thing he did say was that when he was trying to figure out how to talk to women, he had to figure out that I'm never going to attract anybody unless I get on what's called my purpose. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? So then I watched another video and I figured it out. What he was saying was that he had to find what made him happy.
Right.
In order for him to be able to project that upon other people and attract them to what he was doing. So like he was saying, like he's a bodybuilder. He likes dating coaching dating or whatever. He likes eating healthy foods and all the rest of the shit. So I was like, God damn, he got a point. Like I was finding a point in my relationship and my working life and all, and even doing the podcast and everything. I was just like, I think the podcast was like one of the first things that I realized that I was doing for myself that made me happy. And so I was like, even in my relationship, why is it that Danielle is supposed to make me happy? She's not.
True. She's just supposed to be there as an addition. Right,
exactly. Because she's over there making herself happy. Everybody, like, you doing your own thing. You're making yourself happy.
Right.
I needed to do the same thing so I could bring that to the relationship. I can bring that to my working life.
I do like wholeheartedly believe for you to even give love, your cup has to be already overflowing. Like you can't give from a full cup because then yours will start to get empty.
Right.
You can't give from an empty cup because you don't have anything to give. You can only give like when you have it overflowing. And so if you just like fulfilled and just happy out here, you got it to like ooze out of you.
And I think
everybody else feeling it.
I think like within the relationship and with working and everything like that, like I always felt like my cup was like it had enough in it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, all right, I'm cool.
It's just enough.
It's just enough to get me by.
Right.
But I found myself being miserable, and I'm like, what the fuck? I got a good job.
Because it kept being taken out, and then you had to keep replenishing to get back to enough. And then it's just like this teetering scale almost.
And the stuff that I needed to fill my cup, I have within me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like...
You got to release that.
And I had to realize
Let it live, yes.
And so once I figured that out, like, I mean, damn.
The first step is accepting that you have a problem.
Yo, and I think, honestly, one of the big things that drove me to that was actually the argument we had 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
It was one of the things that, it was a catalyst. It was not the only thing, but it was one of them. It was
You're welcome.
Whatever.
I'm just kidding.
So that's my mental health check for the week, was like getting on the purpose and finding balance, because like, I mean, damn, I was not going to be happy in anything if I wasn't making myself happy. So there you go.
So my quick mental health check is just going to be, like, I am an overthinker, and sometimes I tend to harp on things. Like, if something happened and I don't fully deal with it, it'll just, like, continue to follow me, and then I'll keep thinking about it, and I'm just like, oh, man, I should have said this, I should have did this, all this other stuff.
Right.
So, like, I'm just constantly overthinking and building up all these thoughts and stuff. Meditation is supposed to help with that. But when I went to Belize last year, this guru, which I need her to be my life mentor, but she told me that the act of like writing things out, like don't even worry about punctuation, don't worry about spelling or nothing, just start writing it out. And like the act of like that just going like out of your head and like through your arm and onto that paper, just write it out. Don't even read what you write in. Just write all your thoughts out.
Did she say like, she probably didn't. But like, did she say anything on was there a limitation on how many times you could write it?
No. You do it as much as you feel you need to. Like whenever the thoughts pop into your head, you just start writing. Do not go back and read it, because when you go back and read it, it just puts those thoughts back into your head. So like, I did it at first and it was helping me, and then I had stopped for a long time, and then I just started feeling shitty again, and then I started talking to my mom. And then my mom was like, oh, remember when Arzu told you to do this, this, and this? And I was like, oh, yeah. So I just started to do it again recently. And, like, the thoughts that were, like, heavy on my mind last week aren't here today. So I feel, like, more level-headed, more calm. Like, I feel like I can see clearly now. And, like, all of the bullshit thoughts that I had, like, just right here in my face, they actually, like, subsided. So I think that is a good thing to practice for anyone who overthinks. Literally just write it out, and then when you finish with a piece of paper, crumble it up and throw it away, because you don't need to go back and read it or reference it.
I started doing that because you actually suggested to me, and she actually gave me a book to do it, and it's called Today's Annoyances. So I mean, yeah, definitely. I
saw that from a little girl.
Oh, shit.
I'm glad that's working for you. You know?
So what I will say is that on my side, as wrapping up the episode, like, get on your fucking purpose, find what makes you happy, so you can attract and project that onto other people, and you'll find what you want.
And empty those thoughts out your head. Now, one way I wanted to end the show was by giving an anime quote of the week. Because, you know, y'all say we not alternative enough. We just like really getting out like everything we got right now. I mean, it's going to get there. Exactly. Okay? Like shit, work with us. We have the alternative. We do watch anime, by the way. We do a lot. One Punch Man is out, so wow, that's my shit. There's no point in going. Oh shit, I messed up. Can you just keep going? Shoot. There's no point in going it alone. If you're going to try, we should all do it together. And where is that from? Umi Sonoda. You know what? See, that's why I fuck with dub shit. So I think it's Live Love or Live Love. Oh. I never watched that anime per se. Actually, you know what? I'll give my top 3 anime shows next week. All right, cool. And I'll give mine. Sound like a plan. Yes. All right, cool. Yes. We can do that. God, that sounds gross. You mean? All right, so Black Alternative. We'll be back next week. Yes, this is episode 5. We made it, you guys. Yeah, the show is still going on. And we haven't killed each other. Gio and I still have a friendship. Right, exactly. So we'll see y'all next time when we see you. Mm-hmm. Black Alternative, we out.